Good morning, guys. My name is Akbar. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to discuss about the ticketing tools. So what are the multiple ticketing tools are there in the industry and why we use them and how we use them. Okay. And see the basic successful formula of the IT industry is ticketing tools. So why we use these ticketing tools? If there is any issue is there, okay. If there is any work is there that has to be assigned. So you need to understand what is the priority of the work. Priority of the work. Business impact. If you didn't resolve this issue, what is the monitoring impact? What is the impact in dollars? If this server is down, how many number of users will be impacted? So based on that, the issues priority will be considered. So P1 ticket, okay, you have a P2 ticket, you have something called P3 ticket. So P1 ticket is a acknowledgement SLA remains 15 minutes. P2 acknowledgement SLA remains 15 minutes. P3 acknowledgement remains 15 minutes. So this is above is called as soon as a ticket comes to your queue, you have to acknowledge. Like there is someone in the shift, either it is a morning shift, afternoon shift, or it is a evening shift. So basically, if the support of the project is 24/7, there's a morning shift, afternoon, and evening shift. So basically, this shift will be having an overlapping of 1 hour. So morning shift will starts at 6:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. What about the second shift, which starts at 2:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. Now these guys will come at 10:30 p.m. to again morning 7:30. See, that's how the rotation goes around, because if the morning guy starts at 6:30 a.m., he ends at 3:30 p.m. So before the morning guys log off, the afternoon guys will log in 1 hour early. Why? The purpose is, what is the purpose? Shift handover. Okay. And in this shift handover, what they're going to do is, how many tickets are pending in the queue? Any priority incidents? Any priority incidents? Any calls is going on? What is the work that the morning shift guys has done as soon as the ticket arrives in the queue? What is the progress? So this is really important before you take over the ticket, and you should understand either the SLA is already missed, either the required action is taken, or either they have communicated to the user, or at least did they ping the user. What about the issue? What is the need? What is the requirement? Is there any insufficient data? Is there anything pending? Is it because of any recent change activity? Is this a production environment or non-production environment? If it is non-production environment, that is absolutely fine. But if it is a production environment and if it is having an impact to the users, and number of users is huge, and if it is direct impact in the dollars, apart from the monitoring applications or supporting HR, apart from the non-dollars impact, that is fine. But if it is impacting in the dollars, impacting the users, and the application is huge, then you should know. As I mentioned, acknowledgement SLA is 15 minutes. So you guys need to understand here what is the resolution SLA. The resolution SLA will be for a P1, it could be around 4 hours. For a P2, it could be around 8 hours. For a P3, it could be around 3 business days. It doesn't mean that you have to wait for a 3 business days only, then only you have to resolve. No, it's not like that. The maximum time you can give is 3 business days, but you have to resolve before that. This is resolution SLA, and resolution SLA should not miss. And you have to know either your project is paying back to the client if any of the SLA is missed. This is really careful and you have to pay 100 out of 100% attention. Now we have a multiple tools in the market which will help to tracking the tickets. Now let me explain you here. Why this ticketing tool is having impact. All your work will be monitored. All your work will be monitored with the help of monitoring tools. If there is any issue in the production or non-production, the alert goes to your mail immediately and then ticket will be raised. And when the ticket will be raised, and you need to have a basic idea, you need to have a basic access to the tools like the ticketing tools like ServiceNow. Earlier we used to use in the earlys of before 2015 and all Remedy. Nowadays it's not in the picture. Let me show you a few of the this is some picture here. See how you have a tools called ServiceNow. You have a Jira, you have a Freshdesk, Zendesk, okay, Jira Service Management, Zohodesk, SysAid, AID, and then Spiceworks, so SolarWind, Manage Engine Service Desk. So these are the multiple ticketing tools. Basically in the industry, the mostly used tools are this one. They are like ServiceNow and Jira. They are really important. So mostly they are ServiceNow and Jira. So what do you do as soon as your ticket comes in? What is your acknowledgement SLA? What is your resolution SLA? How to assign the ticket to your name? Okay. Is there any gap when the ticket created and before coming to your queue? You need to understand that. Okay. If the SLA is crossed or over before it is coming to your queue, which means the 15, if the ticket is coming to your queue after it is created like 2 hours, then the countdown starts only when the ticket is assigned to your DL. That you have to mention it very clearly. It has been redirected to some other team which is not the right team, and by the time the ticket comes to your queue, it is already 2 hours late. It's already missed the acknowledgement SLA. Now in this case you have to give a proper update so that next time it can come to you directly. Same mistake will not be repeated. So in this case, called as a learning curve or the learning phase. Service desk team should know to which technical team this particular ticket has to be transferred. In that case, if there is any gap in the process, that has to be improved. It's really important to understand. So I have some basic documentation how it looks like. So let's have a quick walkthrough. What is a ServiceNow? ServiceNow is a cloud-based workflow automation. Okay, it helps to manage IT services, as I mentioned, all the tickets and all. Why do we use a service now? Incident management, change management, knowledge base, service catalog, automation and AI dashboard. So this is what like you have done. What is your monthly tickets? What is your activity that you have been performed? Your entire work will be going to track with the help of tickets or the changes what you have done. Changes what you have done in the weekend and tickets what you have done in the weekdays. And what is there? I hope you have not missed any acknowledgement SLA, resolution SLA, your work will be tracked. So that's why this ticketing tool is a heart of IT industry. IT industry is a more successful only because of the ticketing tools, because ticketing tool is the one which tracks the work, which give the presentation to the client that my associate has done this much of efforts for this tickets. This is what he had spent for a week. This is what he has been done so far, he or she. Okay. So how do you basically tell? You basically get an access to the tool and you will get a credentials. You can log in. It's a very simple GUI one. You have to understand what is the service catalog, how to raise a ticket. When you have to raise a ticket, click on create incident. And you have to understand how to raise a change. In the left hand side navigation bar, you can see the options. That's how it is, like incident, problem management, change management, service catalogs. What is the priority of the ticket? What is the state? Is it, did you acknowledge it? Did you kept it in progress? Or if it is waiting for any client approval, or it is pending because of any DB team dependencies, or if it is pending because of Unix team patching. So whatever the ticket is, you have to update the ticket properly. You should not keep the ball in your court. If there is any action required from your end, you have to finish it ASAP and then keep the ticket in the pending state. But once, as soon as you keep the ticket in pending state, the clock of the ticket will not start counting. It will be stopped for time being. And then you are no more responsible for it. And once the update comes in, then you are responsible for it. So what you need to understand is, yeah, how the tickets will be, priority, state of the ticket, description of the ticket, and this is how the sample page looks like. That's how you have to work around on the tickets. Okay. So I hope this particular video have given you some basic idea about the acknowledgement SLA, resolution SLA, shift timings, how the work will be tracked, how the changes will be tracked. So when you are working on a changes, remember moreover one thing, you have been following the 4A review process. Who is implementer? Who is a reviewer? Reviewer cannot be the same person who is implementing the change. For example, if I am implementing the change, my colleague has to review the change because he is my backup. If I am implementing the change, if anything happen, if any power backup is not there, or if any issue because of that I am not able to perform the change, then the reviewer is my backup and he will perform because he has reviewed the implementation steps. And what is a backup plan? And before implementing the change, you have to make sure the change is got approved. Is it approved or not? Is been discussed in the cab meeting or not? Once if it is approved and discussed in the cab meeting, you can go ahead and implement it. If application team asking you to implement, there is some emergency changes, no. We can't implement the changes just based on the request of application team or direct client. If there is any production and the changes to the production environment has to follow the process, that has to raise a change and that change has to approved and has been discussed in the CAB call, and then the process goes on. Okay, I hope you have got a basic idea. This video is basically to help you for a college student so that you can get an idea what is a service now. The people who are working in the industry, they are very much familiar with the tools like ServiceNow, Jira, all those things. Okay. So I'm trying my best to give you some basic knowledge about the acknowledgement SLA, resolution SLA, change management. Okay. How you keep the ticketing in progress and how do you keep it resolved and what is the updates that you have to give and if there is any no action required from your end and still you can't close the ticket, then you have to keep it in a pending state. That's how it is. Acknowledgement in progress, resolution. If within in progress, if you don't have anything to do and it has to be done by someone else, and assign it to that team and pending state. That's all. Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks for listening the video for your time. Please click on like and subscribe my channel so that I'll be coming up with new content for the newcomers to the IT industry. Thanks for your time. Please click on like and subscribe my channel. Thanks for your time. Thank you. Bye-bye.